celebrity, yourself, your loved ones, animals, you name it, Head and Shoulders portrait. Thank you. I'll write your name down. And yes, so that's basically the perfect panda. You only need to put it once, and that's but if you go into Discord, into giveaways, you can also type it in there, and that gives you a second chance of winning. So I'm going to write that down. That's funny. So yes, this way it stops people from spamming the chat. Otherwise everybody would. But I like your enthusiasm. Oh, BL for you. Oh, another one. Thank you. BL_for you. All right, awesome. So yes, I have, if you join Hex's, and if you haven't already, Hex and Harmony's Discord, just type in Discord. There are no guarantees to stop spamming the chat, lol. No, this is true. If you would like to do that, feel free. I will just skim over it and go, okay, it'll only irritate the people who are actually reading the chat in any great depth. There you are. And there's Discord. Thank you for typing that in, because I can't get to my keyboard. But that's the Discord there if you would like to have a look at that. And jump on there. We've got a section called giveaways, and just type in Perfect Panda. Just once. And you'll also get another entry in it, and subscribers to the Twitch channel, and I have a few of them. If you happen to be a subscriber to my channel, you have a double the chance of winning if you type in Perfect Panda. So instead of one, you get two each time you do it. And there'll be another opportunity on the next time I stream, which is Tuesday. It'll still be running. So if you go on Tuesday and do the same thing, you get another chance to enter and another chance to win. And I'll have to think of maybe on Tuesday I might have people type in Discord Tuesday Panda or something, Tuesday Perfect Panda or something like that. And then that's another chance, because it's a bit harder in Discord. So, but I'm writing down the names, and Hex is going to, next weekend, which will probably end up being a Saturday, Hex is going to draw a name, and she's going to put all these several entries into a hat. However many versions, however many times your name appears, gets put into a hat, and she'll be drawing it out on stream. And then we'll pick a winner. And the person that wins gets to choose a picture of whatever you'd like me to draw, Head and Shoulders. And yes, then I'll be doing that on stream, and you can then get I participate on Discord. My Discord name is S3B4S. Okay, awesome. No problems at all. Thank you for that. I'll keep an eye out for you there. So I will just make sure that I might just make a note of that so that I know you're the same person. 3B, so you've got more chance. Yes, there we go. Sebastian. Oh, Sebastian. That's a name I haven't heard a lot. Sebastian, I haven't come across that name on my travels very often. I think you're the first Sebastian I know. Oh, right, that makes sense. Do you have a private license plate? Do you have your car license plate with the with that written down? That's a really good idea. Yeah. So you can just choose if you win, let me know, and you can let me know if I draw your name out the hat, or if Hex draws your name out the hat. Basically. I'm doing it manually because there's a giveaway function on Streamlabs, and I had a look at it, and where you click on it and you get a ticket, but it kind of doesn't really work the way I want it to. So I wanted to do something a little bit different. So I thought a little more manual, and that way I can actually have more control over it, and that way it's fairer, in my opinion anyway. So yeah. Oh, you're more than welcome, Sebastian. Very nice. And I'll keep an eye out for that. So yes, that's basically, and thank you for letting me know about the stream. I will definitely be looking at that because it's been going strange over the last couple of, the last month at least. So something's definitely changed, and it'll either be something I've installed, or a setting, or because I've been having a lot of problems with my Photoshop as well. So Photoshop is being a bit silly, and it won't let me save onto my computer. If I save onto the cloud, no problems at all. Has no problems with Photoshop. Doesn't shut down. Doesn't do anything strange. If I try and save my artwork onto my own home computer, Photoshop shuts down and it throws all my other programs out. So I don't know if that's my computer or if it's just Adobe doing its thing, but yes, that's a little bit frustrating. So yeah, so if you want to have an idea of the sort of pen and ink watercolor wash, if you don't know already, sort of pictures that I do, you can check out my Instagram. And yeah, if you scroll down, you'll see all the ones that I've done, like the dog and birds and all that sort of thing. And I like a challenge. As long as I can find a picture, or you can supply me with a good picture of, whatever you want drawn. Yeah, it's all good. So that's the opportunity, and it's on the about. So anyone that would like to, and I will actually post it on Discord as well, some more instructions and some examples, other examples of the sort of picture you can win. And there you go. If you win and you decide that you don't have a particular picture you want me to draw, but there is a picture on my Instagram that you particularly like, then send me a message, and if it's available and it's the right size and I still have it, I still have a lot of my pictures, then I'm more than happy to negotiate. So there's another option. So at the end of it all, once I have drawn the picture of choice, you have a choice of receiving it as a high-res digital copy, or if you would like the physical copy, let me know and I'll see what I can do and post it out to you, depending on where you are and depending on how much it costs to post out, but I'll do my best. So yes, that's basically, that's for, because I've reached 300 followers, and it's all very exciting. And the next step would be, I am on my way to 500. That's my next goal. And at 500, I will run another one. And who knows, by then I might have a different sort of style that I'm doing, that I'll, attempt to make some into some sort of, I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see, I can see also more of what I'm working on, and move him down. The forehead is causing me a lot of problems. I think most of us are from different continents. I know, that's all right. I've sent artwork off all over the place. So if you would prefer if you'd prefer an original as opposed to a digital copy, then that's an option. That's an option to look at. Oops, what am I doing here? I've got to get the quirk in his eye here, because he's got this like expression which is kind of almost, no, he actually does have a smirk on his face. And I'm going to, if I can here, capture it here. I like Alan Rickman. He's one of my favorite actors, or was one of my favorite actors. And that of course will be in watercolor as well over the top, so it's a bit difficult at the moment because you can't actually see how it's going to go, but it will have all the colors in, because if you've ever seen Galaxy Quest, you'll know that he's actually maybe temperature problems. Your computer needs technical service. That's the problem. A good internal cleaning is perhaps only what you need to work well. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I mean, my husband's IT, so he's done a lot of maintenance. He does a lot of computer maintenance on my computer, runs diagnostics and things like that. But maybe that's all it needs. Maybe it doesn't need to be vacuumed out and a thorough clean. Maybe that is what it is. It could be that that it's running a bit hot. It's entirely possible. I'll have to ask him that one and see what we can do about that. See if we can sort of do something of that. That's plausible, actually. That would not surprise me at all. If it just needed some, a nice good vacuum, because they do build up a lot of fluff and dust, and I have it on my desktop, so it's not like it's on the floor. Like, it's definitely not on the floor. So it's not sucking up dust from the floor, but definitely could be, just in general, because houses just have dust. So, yeah, a nice vacuum of that might be all it needs, for sure. Could be all it needs. Who knows? Entirely possible. I'm willing to have a look at that. For sure. Anything that'll get it running properly, because my my computer, my camera, this one here that I'm using to film it, is my mobile, and it struggles sometimes getting the colors adjusted. But that's the mobile. That's not my computer. The mobile just has this issue sometimes, where it just wants to adjust the color to be the way it wants it. It's like, oh, I think you should kind of, maybe be cool colors. What is this actor's name? Don't remember. Alan Rickman. It's Alan Rickman, and he played Snape, and he played in Harry Potter. And he was very, very talented actor. He's sadly no longer with us, but so he's very, very talented actor, actually. Let's see, and that's a line. If I can, it's a tricky because I've got the other picture of him, which I've been working on. I'll zoom out in a minute so you can see what's going on here. And let's see, if I do this like this, and I do this like this, and I'm trying to so I'll zoom out so you can have a look at the whole picture so far. Oops, here we go. Move it back across to here. Oops, and I'll tap on that to hopefully sharpen it. Whoops, let's see. That's better. All right, so, oops, move my pens. This is, hold it over here, zoom in, zoom. Okay, oops. So the idea is 88 to 5,000 resultados. I understand quite what you say because your pronouncement is perfect. My English is not. Oh, apologies. Sometimes I speak a bit fast, so I understand what you say because your pronouncing is perfect. My English is not. That's okay. It's difficult. I forget that not everyone has English as the first language. So, but I hope I'm not speaking too quickly. Alan Rickman is the name of the actor. this is, I'm doing a montage. So the idea is that I do, I'll just zoom out again so you can see the whole picture. So the idea is that I'll do a three pictures. Spanish is my born language. Oh, okay. Well, that makes sense. I don't know any Spanish, unfortunately. My father was learning Spanish. He was a big fan of learning different languages. Unfortunately, I started learning Spanish and then I didn't, and then I stopped, and now I've forgotten it all again, unfortunately. But hopefully I'm not going too fast. So the idea is 3 pictures of Alan Rickman. So we have him as a character here, Snape, Severus Snape in Harry Potter, and Dr. Lazarus in Galaxy Quest, except that wasn't his name. The character he was playing, this was the character he was playing, so he was playing a character within a character sort of thing. It's kind of strange. But yeah, he's a very, very talented actor. I'm going to do it this way. Whoopsie, too fast. Right. Doesn't always work out, but so I'm doing that, and then a picture of him in the middle. And the idea is once I've done the pen and ink, I will be doing watercolor over the top in color. So you'll get to see what I'm trying to do here. It's not easy, but the idea is there. It's quite tricky. I'll just zoom in. Oh, like so. So that's the one I'm working on at the moment. And the idea is that I just it's hard to get it exactly right. Like this, and then it goes like that. Whoop. All right, and in here as well. There we are. So that's the idea behind it. Not sure how we'll go in here. And that's a strange costume. He played an actor who was playing a part. So he was an actor playing a part. It got quite confusing, but it is very funny. And if you've never seen it before, do go and see if you can get hold of it. It's very funny. He was very good in the role. It's a good movie. Let's see. I'll do it this way. Like that. I will do colour over the top. Like that. It's tricky because there is it's got different colours as well as shading. So the idea would be to put all the pen and ink lines, and then the colour. The colour is going to be tricky. Not always going to work, so we'll just do it like this. It's not too bad. Ooh. There we go. All right. And sometimes, yeah, sometimes I'll go over it. There we go. Good enough. And right, almost done with this one. And then I've got another picture of his to do down here, and this one here is a picture of him without any too much detail. Where are we? I mean, without any, not a character that he's playing. At least I don't think so. I'll just get this done here like that. Very difficult here. So I'm not sure what's supposed to be happening. And like that. All right. Right, so and I'm not sure. It's hard to know how to do the lines, the cross hatching, get them right. But yeah, I'll just make it up as I go along. It's what I do. Make it up as I go along. And then that bit, and then that bit. Like that. Not quite correct, but close. Got that. Good enough. All right. This will be covered by watercolor, so it won't be so bad. This was quite tricky. Like that. More or less. I don't have to do all the lines. It does help, but I will do them down here. Like that. And this part is the hardest bit, because in the movie this was like a costume prop, and but it's close enough to make no difference. As I said, the movie was interesting because it kind of sent up the whole Star Trek thing, and that's what also made it quite funny. Yeah. Good enough. And there we go. Now I'm going to zoom out. There we go. All right. Part 2. So I'm just going to very, very, very carefully put this colour in because it's darker. And that will be coloured in when I paint it as well. That's better. I can see what I'm doing now. And this bit. That will be painted over as well. So it's the costume part of his, this part of his costume is all in colour. And so it's tricky to do. Something like that. All right, so this part is almost done. Just got to do that line. Yeah. Okay, not too bad. So that's the second part of his, oh, hang on, not finished quite yet. Better. Oh, it's a mosquito flying around. Okay, I'm gonna have a cup of tea, just a moment. Lovely. I'm drinking my tea before it goes too cold because cold tea is not particularly tasty. Okay. That was lovely. Very nice cup of tea. Okay, so I have done my picture of Dr. Lazarus, which is this one here, Galaxy Quest. Not quite finished, hang on a minute. Just there's a few more things that I've still got to do here. There we are. Yep, Dr. Lazarus and Severus Snape, which I've got over here. Then the next part of it is the middle bit, which is the picture of Alan Rickman. I'll just move this up. Now, this one, just shrink this reference, and I have to zoom in on this reference. Okay, now, this is a picture of Alan Rickman when he was younger, and I'm going to zoom out. See, I can work on this. All right. So tricky this is going to be because I'm doing a few pictures here. All right, so I have done a picture of Snape, I've done a picture of Dr. Lazarus, and my next picture is the main picture of Alan Rickman when he was younger. He's sort of got hazel coloured eyes. I always looked brown, but there you are. Okay, so I have got a picture here, and I may just zoom in while I'm working on it. So, right. Now, the next part of this Alan Rickman picture is the picture of his actual Alan Rickman, which is makes sense really, since this is who it is of. And I am going to start with his eyes. This is what I always do generally, and I will start with the inking on his eyes. Now, this is probably an A4, the closest A4 picture that I have. The rest were a slightly different size. So, throwing my pens around now. And because this one is actually a picture of him, don't know how I'll go here, so I might put the highlight in later. I don't know how I'll go. Looks a bit weird, I know, but and do his right. So the idea is that I will draw his as much as I can anyway, probably with a smaller, thinner brush, so I mean pen, so I can get more detail, but I will and the idea is to do this bit and do this bit and eyes are quite interesting because they never look the way you expect them to. People draw them lots of different ways and they're actually not as large as people would normally draw them in. I make this mistake when I'm drawing freehand because I focus so much on the eyes that I somehow left with the impression that eyes are actually a lot larger than they are, but that's not the case. And I think a lot of people make that mistake. I'm one of them. If you look at an eye in a picture, it's actually a lot smaller than you would normally think. So I'm going to need my 0.03. That's 0.03, 0.1, 0.3, 0.5. Brush, don't want that. I have a 0.03. That's it there, but there's another one somewhere. 0.3, 0.5, 0.05. I buy these really, really fine pens. That's not it. And then I can't find them. So, oh well. Never mind. This'll do. All right. So... and you need to get really fine pen in to get those details. And I do like to get details in the eyes. All right. And this is my favourite part, I must admit. I do like doing pictures of portraits of eyes because eyes are the favourite part. I tend to leave them to last, but I'm not going to here. And that's why I use very fine brushes and pens, I should say. One eye down and another one to go. Now I'll work on one at a time in this case because I want to, I'm alternating between the two. Like that. And because there's a bit here like that. All right, so for those of you who are watching my stream and were curious about the competition or the giveaway, I have not forgotten, and I do keep an eye on my stream. Those who are lurking who would like to enter the giveaway, if you follow me, if you are a follower and you're just watching, but you'd still like to enter, you can find all the details about the giveaway on my About Me. I've put a panel on there which tells you the rules, and you've got several chances of entering. And to win, you have a chance to win a portrait similar to this one, but not the size, obviously, a small part of this one, where you can, if you win, you have the chance to win an A4 black and white pen and ink watercolor wash portrait of your choice. When I say of your choice, I mean you can choose whatever subject you would like me to do. So you can choose if you want a celebrity, rock star, your own self-portrait, a portrait of yourself, a portrait of your family, your dog, your cat, favorite celebrity, whatever you'd like, a Head and Shoulders pen and ink watercolor portrait, just like this one, just like a small part of this one in A4, Head and Shoulders. Yeah, and that's that is because I had 300 followers, and as a special thank you to all my followers, I'm running this giveaway, and I'm more than happy to do a drawing like this one, like a small part of this one. This is obviously a large picture, but I will be doing a smaller one for the competition, and I will be drawing it in a couple of weeks. So you have this stream, my next stream, which is on Tuesday, and so you've got 2 streams which you can jump on. If you jump into chat, quickly mention, just type in Perfect Panda once. You only need to enter once, you only need to type it once. Then you get an entry to the giveaway, which will be drawn next weekend by my lovely daughter Hex. And yeah, and then if you join the Discord and you go to the giveaway section on my Discord, you can also type that in and you have another chance of winning. And for those subscribers who would like to enter as well, just need to do the same thing and you get double the chance. So yes, that's as simple as it is, very simple. And you get a chance to win a picture like that in the same style as this one here. That's it, that's how simple it is. Could not be easier. And I'll do this. This is a much younger Alan Rickman, but, and there we are. Simple as anything. All right, so this here, and he has a nice big laugh line at the side of his eye here, and it'll be done in a similar style to this. And if you'd like to see the kind of pictures, an example of the sort of picture that I'll be doing, you can have a look at my Instagram. I have examples. I have pen and ink examples on there, and let's see. Oh, it's slightly different. Okay, I'll show again. So here we have the examples, and I'll post it on Discord as well. So this is an example of the sort of giveaways I'm giving away. So the style that I do as a pen and ink watercolor wash portrait, that could be anything you like, but this is an example of the style. So yeah, get on here, enter the competition. You got to be in it to win it, and yeah, and then you have a choice of what you would like me to illustrate for you. And if you'd like the the hard copy, the actual original, we can come to some sort of an agreement or post it off to you. Otherwise, a high resolution image of the finished product, all done by hand, not a print, not done as a digital. So there you are. A lot of I will stream it, and so you can actually watch and see it develop too, if that's what you'd like. Okay, so this is an example right there. Oops, here we go. Alrighty then, continuing on with my picture here. Oops, and I'll get there eventually. There we are. Okay, right, this is still a picture of Alan Rickman, and just last picture that I'm doing of him before he gets before it gets coloured, I guess. So there are pictures. There we are. In this style, it's actually quite tricky. So there are and right. Okay, it's kind of tricky. All right, I'll use a finer brush, finer pen, and there's a line under here. It's difficult trying not to put in the eyelashes per se, because sometimes it can make it look wrong if you put eyelashes, and other times it's you need to, otherwise it looks strange if you don't. And in here portraits are quite interesting. They have their own sets of challenges. Not always easy to do. Always fun for me. I like doing portraits, but they are a challenge. So I do like doing them. Like that. And all right, so that can go like that, and there is a bit that goes like that. This bit I will probably do like this. It's a bit more difficult than doing the, you know, if you do a realistic picture and it's not caricature, it's a lot harder to put the lines in an illustrative manner, let's just say. So yeah, like that. And then there's a it's tricky here. It's the shaping. The shaping is hard. All right. So let me get his nostrils in here. Okay, so there is a bit that goes darker in here. Goes more like that. The nose is another one. If you don't get it in the right place, you can really end up messing it up. If you don't get your nostrils in the right place, it will look wrong no matter what you do. That's always tricky. Okay. Now, there is a darker bit under here. It's not his nostril, but his nostril. And that's why noses are tricky, because they're never as you imagine them to be. It's a bit where it folds under the nose and, you know, under here, and it can be quite a tricky illustration. And I will actually draw the whole line under here. There's a line that goes like that. Right. And the trick is varying the lines, the line thicknesses. So rather than just use one technical pen of one thickness and just making all the lines the same, I've gone some lines thicker, some lines thinner, some lines are the bigger, darker ink, and others are really fine, the fine ink. So the key is trying to vary it, so you're not only just doing one line, because that is a problem, can be. Like here. To get the shaping on the nose, I'm having to be very careful how I'm illustrating it. And there is actually a line that goes under here, goes under over here like so, and then kind of disappears. So that's going to be tricky. There's an area that goes like that. I draw in the shapes because it's easier to then illustrate it like that than if I just do, you know, just make it a blob or paint it in. And this bit goes under, and there's a bit that goes under. Yeah, nostrils are difficult. If you don't get them right, it really can make it look weird. And I'm not sure that's right anyway, but I'll do my best. And a bit that goes under here. And that's the part that people generally do. They do this bit here and draw a nostril, you know, draw a shape, and it can look wrong if you're not careful. So in here there is an area which goes down here, and I'm drawing it this way because I'm doing an illustration of it. Not necessarily, I wouldn't necessarily do it this way if I was using a different style. So I'm also being very cautious because I don't want to mess it up. I'm being very, very careful. There's an area here. So I'm just looking at the shape that it makes, and then I'm kind of just having a look at that shape. I'm not sort of, I'm just being very cautious as to how the shape goes, because if the shape goes, there's a dark area here, so I'm going to make that area darker, and then there's another shape in here, which it's its own shape, and then I'll make it a different shading, like this bit here comes along and joins up with this, creating a sort of a unusual shape in here. So where I've done this picture of the picture of Severus Snape earlier, it's sort of got some different lines in under the nostrils because it's not actual hard lines, but I'm doing what I can to kind of avoid. I'm only putting in the hard lines where there's actually very definite darker tones, like in his on his lips here. And he has actually quite prominent, it's almost like a Cupid's bow on the mouth here. And it makes it easier to draw in the line because he's got a slight uptick to his lips, so it does make it easier than some people who have very straight lips. So that helps. And in the case of this here, I will draw this in darker. Try not to do it too much or I will mess it up. Right, now I will go in and darken some areas when I do some of these, when I go over some of these lines, because there's an actual shape which is kind of like that in here, which I will make darker. And there is a shape in here like so. So I'll put the basic outline in first, and if I think it needs to go darker, I will make it darker. That bit in here is probably a little bit too dark, but once it's in, it's really hard to take it out. So that's fine because I can probably fix it in some way. Don't know how yet, but okay, so usually with these, I'll go down this way, like that. And it has an area which is sort of darker in here, which I shall make darker. I would probably be making it more realistic, except that I'm trying to keep this illustrative style. So I will leave that like here, and a very definite okay, so he's got very definite line here. And there's a, what am I using, 0.05. There is a very definite line here. So there you go, that adds that bit of interest there. And what have we got here? So there's where have we got that? Under there, like so, and there's a line. Like, I don't have to draw in all the lines, but it makes it look more realistic if I do. And I've still got to do this side. That's always tricky. I can do one side, and then when I come to do the other side, it starts getting a bit more tricky. But I will do it anyway. What's this? This is a 0.5, 0.3. All right. There's a bit here, like that. And another bit that goes... Because I'm right-handed, when I work in the opposite direction, it's a little bit more tricky for me. So I have to be extra careful. So yeah, it's kind of harder for me. Let me see now. So, like that. And what's that? That's 0.3, now 0.1. It's a step by step stages. And okay, so this one, interesting. Interesting. All right, so I will okay. Bear in mind, I'm working in the opposite direction to what I'm used to. So, and it develops slowly. For me, it develops slowly. Been streaming now for 3 hours. I will go for a little bit longer. I want to work on this. That's a 0.3. Nope, I need a 0.1. And okay. Okay, now and small stages at a time works much better than if you just go stampeding in with a very heavy hand. And this way I can add the lines gradually. And 0.05, no, 0.5. This is the slowest part of my stream, always is. And if I like that, and that's what I haven't done on this side. And remember to do this bit. Bit by bit, step by step, little by little. And then I go around like this. There you go. So for those of you who are watching and have come in late and want to find out about my Harmony's Harmonious Portrait giveaway, as is scrolling across the top of my screen, if you go to the About Me section on my Twitch panels, you'll see a special panel which is all about the giveaway and how you can enter for your chance to win a A4 portrait, black and white, pen and ink, plus watercolor over the top, color watercolor, so color portrait of, if you win, you have a chance to win a portrait, whatever subject matter you would like. So pretty much your favorite. It could be a portrait of yourself, a loved one, a favorite musician, celebrity, author, whatever you like, or failing that, an animal, a bird, cat, dog, you name it. So nothing X-rated and nothing inappropriate, but other than that, head and shoulders of subject of your choosing if you win. And the easy way to win is to jump onto chat, even if you've not been on chat before. Type in the words perfect panda. You only have to do it once. Type it in one entry to the giveaway. And if you jump onto, if you're a follower, that's if you follow me. If you don't follow me, please feel free to follow me, and then you can enter the competition. I'm doing it because I reached for 300 followers, which is pretty exciting, and it was a good achievement. So that's why I'm running it, as a thank you to my followers for following me and supporting me on Twitch. So if you'd like to do that, jump on, type perfect panda, and the reason I do panda is because my subscribers, my emotes are panda emotes, so, and I love pandas, so that's the main reason. And if you join Discord and Hex and Harmony's Hangout, and I will type that link into my thing, so if you're watching you can click on it. Let's see. There you are. Hopefully that'll work. Yes, if you want to join us and pop on there and go to the giveaways, type in perfect panda, and you also get another chance to win. So that is basically the rule. Tuesday I'll be streaming again and continuing on with this stream, and that is also another chance to jump on and do that. And then you get, next week we'll draw the names out of a hat, or my lovely daughter will draw the names out of a hat, and and you have a chance to win. And there's not too many entries at the moment, so I don't have masses and masses, so you've got a very good chance of winning. And and then you have a portrait if you like my style and you like my style of artwork, and you'd like to own a piece of your own whatever subject you'd like, then enter the competition and win a portrait. And I'll just quickly call up picture. This is examples. These are some examples, if you don't know, of what you could, just in examples of my artwork. So if you want to know the style and what kind of thing you can expect, that's the sort of thing I do. So animals, people, birds, etc. So you want to see more of my artwork, pop onto my Instagram. It's the links on my about, and you can check out my Instagram page, and you can see more of my artwork and the sort of thing you can expect. That's it. And in the meantime, I shall continue on this illustration style, which is what I'm doing at the moment. Oops, that's 0.1. All right, so I'm doing Alan Rickman because he's a really good character to do. And all right, so we have a line which comes down here along and in here. Kind of looks strange if I draw it like this, but it will sort of sit to about here, like that. I do this a few steps at a time, so I'm not actually... There we go. 0.03 and a 0.05. Yep. No, that's an 0.5. I'm always putting my pens down and then not being able to find them. All right, so we have this and a bit that goes across here like that, and a bit that goes in here. Okay. Have a lot of pens that's just floating around at the moment. So I'm just going to that's better. 0.03 does the really fine ones, and in here I will do this line and a thicker line along here. Okay. I enjoy doing portraits, if you hadn't noticed. It's one of my favourite things to do, and I love doing them. For those that hadn't worked out yet, it's my specialty. All right, so all right, and in here not bad. So and this is how I do my artwork. I build it up slowly and slowly by slowly, slowly but surely. And that's basically how I do my pen and inks, but I do it in very small stages, incremental stages, so I can constantly adjust if I need to, which I often do. I often do need to. And sometimes there is an opportunity to what are we doing here? There we are. Not terribly exciting to watch, I know, but this is just gives you an idea of my on my processes for doing portraits, and that's basically how I work. Now I know that other portrait artists do work whichever way they feel works for them, but for me, this works the best for me. This way. All right. So there's a line here, and there are. I'm trying to do this in this style, which is illustrative, like I've done the other two pictures on either side of this main one. Once I have done the pen and ink, I will be scanning the black and white picture with the idea that I thought, well, Hex suggested that I put it onto, I do some merchandise and stick it on a bag, black and white that is, and it's a very good idea because the black and white picture itself is actually quite detailed, so it's a good idea. And I will do that. So keep an eye out for the merch once I finish doing it. And right, and that goes like that. And this bit goes like this. It's tricky working out where the lines of the eyebrows go versus, you know, what is the eyebrow hairs versus what's the actual shadow. But because eyebrows go down the side here, I'm going to assume that these are also hairs. Good enough. It's shaping up. It's kind of difficult. There's different parts of a person's personality and different things you see, different photos you see on the internet. You can use lots of different references. I like to grab references that generally don't get used that often. In the case of Snape, though, they do because it's a character and everybody's kind of done a picture of it. So that one's unavoidable. And that, on the other hand, is, if I can get this, like so. And it's getting there. Slowly. Okay, so I don't know how much longer I'm going to be streaming, but the idea is I'll stream for a little bit longer. So you've still got a time if you're watching to enter the competition, but once I finish streaming, the opportunity to jump on and type something and type Perfect Panda, as it were, your opportunity will be gone to get another entry into the draw if you'd like to. And that's the plan anyway. There we are. So yes, that's basically it. Once I finish streaming. So if you'd like to have an extra chance to enter before I finish my stream, so if you're watching and you're lurking and you'd like to win a chance to enter, then please feel free to quickly jump on, type down Perfect Panda, and then you have a chance of winning. Alright, so that bit goes like that. Oops. So it's coming along. It's coming along quite nicely, if I do say so myself. And that will be like that. That can go like that. Oops. And so there is a set line here, and all right, this one. So I'll stream for a little bit longer, not too much longer though, probably until about 6, so for another half an hour, and then I'll log off my stream. And in the meantime, I'll just continue on with this here. So that is something. Okay. All right. So if I don't say much, it's because I'm just working out how I'm going to do this shading. So I'll continue on with what I'm doing, and we'll see. Okay. Okay, slowly starting to put some details in. but I'm being very cautious. He has actually got in this picture, it must be a character for a play, one of the characters he plays, probably when he was younger. There is like a... probably like a sideburn here, and there are a few actual. So I'm going to put a line along here, and there are... It's quite tricky when you get sideburns because there's different ways of doing them, and I don't like to just make the lines all sort of like one thickness because it's boring. But I will put the collar in here because that's black, and then it goes up here like that, just as an indicator of what's going there. And the ear in here, it is actually very dark, and under here. So I will stop about here. Yes. So that's a collar. And then there's a bit that goes like this, and a bit that sweeps around and under the chin, like that. Getting there. Getting there. Slowly, slowly. Okay. Diametral Games redeemed hydrate. Thank you. I shall. Thank you so much. You're too kind. Ah, that's lovely. Thank you. I keep forgetting to do that, and I really should, more often than not. Okay. Alrighty. If you hear me humming, just ignore me. I do that sometimes when I'm doing my artwork. I like to hum. Often as not. Alright. Alright. Okay, sort of goes here. Let me see now. I do enjoy doing portraits, but they can be quite challenging sometimes. And we'll do here is slowly. It's a very slow process. Probably not that quick but it's fun. It's looking good.
Oh, you got 7 people.
Yeah. So a lot of people who are obviously observing, just watching me do my little cross-hatching and whatnot, as I occasionally hum. And I forget myself when I hum, because it's what I do when I'm streaming. I do when I'm arting, even if I'm arting by myself and there's nobody around, I tend to hum. So, yeah. That's what happens. That is what happens. Sometimes. Alright, so and there is a bit that goes like that, and there's another bit. The lips are interesting because there's always an extra bit that you are not aware of, like another I suppose it's another layer, well, not another layer, but there's where it curves around. So I'm just adding this in here and in here. This is pen and ink style, sort of cross-hatching, illustration style. And the idea is that, it's kind of, I'm showing an example of an idea. The portrait that I'm giving away is not this one, but because I've reached 300 followers, which is really pretty exciting, I'm doing a giveaway to all my followers, and new and old, so it's not too late. If you'd like to follow, please feel free to give me a follow, and then you can be in the running to win a portrait. Predominantly I'm a portrait artist, as you have probably figured out. I spend a lot of time doing portraits because they're my favourite, and I've decided that what I will do, because most of the portraits I do are pen and ink. They're my pen and ink and watercolour. That's actually my favourite at the moment, is watercolour and pen and ink, of course. So what I'm doing is I'm going, okay, as a special thank you for those followers and any new ones, I am doing a pen and ink watercolour wash portrait of, well, basically anything. The person that wins has a chance to choose whatever they would like me to draw for them. And that could be a head and shoulders portrait of, you know, your pet, or a favourite musician, celebrity, yourself, a relative, family member, loved one, whatever you like, a bird, animal, wildlife picture. And yeah, that's basically all there is to it. That if you would like a, what am I done here? This is, okay, so what am I done here? Yeah, if you'd like a picture, you just need to pop onto my chat, type in the words perfect panda, as in panda bear, so perfect panda. Just need to type that in once, and then what happens is that I make a note of that and I put your name in the draw. You get one entry, and I put you in the name in the draw for a chance to win a portrait of your choosing, meaning you get to choose what you would like me to draw. And basically that's pretty much it in a nutshell. So I would use this style that I'm doing now to do a portrait, and it can be, like I said, it can be whatever you like. And the idea would be that I would draw a picture. If you want it to be a personal one, you just have to supply me with your picture, and I will do that. And yes, and then you get to keep the original, if you'd like the original, or a high-res copy of said image. So yes, that's pretty much it. Let's see. So that's all you need to do. And then next week, when I stream again, I will get my daughter to assist me, and we will draw out a name from a hat, and that person that wins gets a portrait done. Can't really say easier than that. That's a perfect opportunity. If you like my art style, or you just want to own your own piece of artwork, an original artwork, if that's what you would like, that's all you need to do. So yeah, be in it to win it. And you're not having to compete with, oodles and oodles and oodles of people, because there are not too many so far. So yeah, give it a go. You may be pleasantly surprised. I was actually very surprised. I entered a competition reasonably recently that another artist here on Twitch was running, and they said, oh, you should enter this competition. And I said, oh, there's no point because I never win. And I thought, enter it anyway, which I did. And coincidentally, it turned out that I actually won the competition. So I got a picture drawn for me. I'm still kind of, it's still in progress, but yeah, it's a nice idea. So I thought that's a good idea to do something similar, and that's what I'm offering, and you don't have to pay anything for it. So always a bonus. All right. So here. All right, so I'm using this pen and ink style. I've not used this illustration style before, which is why I'm doing it this way. Oh, here we go. So if you're a big fan of Alan Rickman, or even if you're not, hope you like my picture. And I hope everyone's having an amazing day. I'm having a pretty good day myself, so hope everybody else is. What's happening here? That's that bit. There's a bit that goes like that. And hey, Diametral Games. I like the little Pikachu. I like the little wavy. I like the Pikachu one. And it's nice to know that you're still here. That's always good when I go, oh, people are still here. Oh, good. I'm not talking to myself. It's all good. Make sure I grab the right sized ink. Otherwise, I could be in some strife if I don't. And there we are. Nice to know you're still hanging around. It's always good. And yes, apologies to people who are, trying to watch my stream. There is some lag, and it's a number of things that could be causing it. One of which is because I have an incredibly old computer. Well, not incredibly, it's not, but it is pretty old. It's sort of over 10 years old, and it's not liking some stuff at the moment. So I am planning to hopefully get a new PC with any luck. So what's happening at the moment is it has this tendency to, there's a bit of lag and things like that, but also we've got a storm on the horizon, as it were. And the storm, whenever we have a storm coming, it causes havoc with the internet connection and the streaming. So there's always the chance that that could be what's causing the issues or problems, and I'm hoping not, because I really don't want any problems with it. But that's just a small part of it. So yeah, that is part of it. So apologies if you're getting some lag. There is lag on my my camera here, because it's my mobile phone. It's streaming, and it's relying on my internet. And there's also lag on my camera. So I do apologise for that. It's not fun. Right, let's just... This one is interesting because this one is a bigger picture, and I can put a bit more detail into. And there is an area here. Yeah, it's got an unusual shaped mouth, so it's kind of lopsided on one side, but that's fine. I can work with that. But it is a bit tricky. Putting a bit more detail in than I need to, but it's going to be gone over with watercolour, so let's see now. So yeah, there's a bit of interesting in here, because that's the beauty of this area. Mouths are so tricky. Let's see, so this has a bit that goes like this, and then there's a bit that goes like that, and then up. I'm spending way too long on the mouth. I should actually be looking at part of the nose here. Yeah, I don't mind the mouth. The mouth is coming along. It's actually, the reason I'm doing that is because there's a bit here on the chin, which I always try to do, this bit, and then there's a bit that goes here and goes up like that, but also down. So I will that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. And then there's a bit that goes here, I think. It's the style. The style looks strange, but I want to do it this way because that's actually the style I'm doing in all my pictures of Alan Rickman here. So I'm just trying to fill it in first before there's lots of stuff happening along here. A lot of really subtle shadings and things like that in the nose. So looks a bit odd at the moment, but when it's filled in, it'll actually look better. In fact, I think I will just and there's a bit that goes here, under here, and along here, and then along here. So part of the tricky, it's rather tricky. And so I'll do this, and in here, and then this just gets like so. It just ends up. My cat's complaining. I don't know why. Probably because there's a thunderstorm coming. And here we are. And then more or less. And the shading under here is always tricky. So like that. But, you know, when I put watercolour over it, it won't be so bad. And it's very, very difficult to do faces. So I'm going to zoom out a bit so you can see what I'm doing. It's going to be more detailed. You know, it's going to be more work around here. And then it's going to be pen and ink over the top, so you won't even notice. Right. And that is basically what happened here. Yep. There we go. Much better. And yeah, that is going to go down here. It's because he has this very distinctive shape of his under here of his chin. There's a lot of detail there at the moment and not that much in the rest of it, but once the rest of it gets shaded in, it will look a bit better. It looks a bit odd whenever I'm sort of when I start my pictures, until it's sort of more or less the way I want them. So initially, it's always scary. That's a small bit, and then there's another bit that goes so there's so much to a face. You know, there's so many parts to an illustration of a face. It can be quite complicated, and sometimes it's a bit daunting to sort of get everything in there looking right. But I'm not particularly worried about it yet, because I'm still working on it, and there's still more to be done in here as well. To get the shape of the nose, and there's also another bit which comes in here. So it looks weird around here. Once I put the colour in, as I've said, it probably won't even be noticeable, because there'll be lots of colours in there. So there'll be blues and pinks and oranges and things like that. And at the moment, you just get an idea of a few of the line works, and so it looks a bit strange. But in the grand scheme of things, it's not really. So if I go like this, for example, it does look weird, but oops, in here there is another bit that goes like here. There are so many shadows and so much shading, and there's another bit that goes in here, another shape, and I just look at the shapes. So yeah, this bit like that, and then as you can see, so it looks more concerning when you first put in the lines, but once you start adding all the other ones, it's not quite so scary. It's always scary to me when I first start, because I put these lines in and then I go, oh, you know, have I done something wrong here? Have I gone too far? You know, should I have done this slightly differently? But no, it actually works. Like there's a round bit in here in the reference, and then there's a bit here which comes down and comes down on here and joins up with this one, and then this will be this way. So yeah, there's a lot more to it. There are it's an interesting illustration style. That's what took me a little bit of getting used to it, because it's different, but it can work quite well, and generally does. Starts developing character, and all this is going to be to have extra color over the top. So if you bear in mind that anything you see in pen and ink illustration is going to have color thrown over the top. Well, not thrown, but for all intents and purposes. So I'm just going to, where are we? 0.7 will do. There are, I was going to say, areas here which are darker, and some lines which I'll put in. Now, this is an interesting exercise in working out light and dark shades, work out where it goes, like this area. And 0.1, 0.3. He's got sideburns. So in this one, looks like it goes like this, and then it looks like his chin is in here, and then it goes in like that, and then it's hard working out where the lights and darks are going to go. There's his chin. Gives you some idea of the character now. And that bit will go right, so he's got a very definite chin. Has quite a strong jawline, and I will have to still put in some shading in here, otherwise the jaw will look wrong. So all right, so alrighty, so we have an area which sits here like so and comes down. Alright, so that's his ear. I think this is one of the characters he played when he was younger, like Pride and Prejudice or something similar. But it doesn't really matter. It's still Alan Rickman. I know this is going to get quite boring for the people who are listening in, but I'm going to mention again for those who would like to, an opportunity to win a portrait. It's not like I'm pushing the portraits or anything like that. It's totally up to you. And I would tell you the value of it, but I'm not going to, because I think that takes away from it. But it's worth a bit. So for those that would like to have the opportunity to win a portrait, so that I will do a portrait for you, it's a great opportunity to get in there and vote, as it were. Enter. You've got to be in it to win it. Right, what have we got here? And there's the ear. So his ear is here. And I will check Discord afterwards to find out who's entered on Discord. HC Pinguini, I can't even, Pinguini, thank you so much for the follow. Wonderful, thank you for the follow. You are now eligible to enter the portrait giveaway. And since you've just followed, all you need to do, since you're in chat anyway, is to type in Perfect Panda. Thank you. Welcome to my stream, and thank you, and welcome to chat. If you'd like to enter, just type in the words Perfect Panda, and that gives you an opportunity to go in the draw to win a portrait. And you get to choose the subject if you win. So you can have me draw anything you like, Head and Shoulders, A4, pen and ink, watercolor wash of anyone you like. So an animal, awesome, I shall write that down. That is correct, yes. You can type it however you like it, but yep, you only need to type it once. Hey, the Bozo, hey, how are you? How are you going? HC Pinguini. I'm going well, thank you, Lebozo. How are you doing? I haven't seen you for a while. And Drummer Denise. Wow, getting everybody popping in now. Wonderful. Welcome to everyone who's just popped in. It's been a while. Yes, it has indeed. It's very nice. I've got some new people popping in to say hello, and that is wonderful. It's what we like to see. And I'm doing okay now. I'm doing this portrait. I've been working on this one for a while. It's kind of coming along slowly. I've seen you online, but I just haven't had a chance to yet. Oh, thank you, Drummer Denise. That's very kind of you. If you would both like to enter the giveaway, all you need to do is type in the words Perfect Panda. Oh, thank you, HC Ping. What's the easiest way to pronounce that? How would you like to be referred to? HCP or Pingveen? It just makes it easier because I try to say it and I'll probably get it wrong every time. I've been here a while and I love how chill it is in here. Oh, thank you. Drummer Denise. I'm going to write you down now. I'm glad you're enjoying it. And it's Lebozo. It's Lebozo. Awesome. Getting some good. People are joining. That's excellent. Good to hear. Wonderful. So the way this is going to work is that basically, thank you for the chance for that, Harmony. You're more than welcome. Any of the followers, any of my followers, because I've got 300 followers now, it's exciting. So as a thank you to all the followers, I'm running the giveaway, which is the first time I've ever done a giveaway, ever, like anywhere, especially not on stream. HC Pingvini, as in penguin. Oh, it's Finnish, so it's hard to English speakers. It is hard to pronounce. Finnish. Okay. HC Pingvini. Okay. Why is the